Welcome everyone to this closing ceremony of this SRI SSD2024 conference. We have this whole week of sessions behind us, and now for the next few hours we will both look back and forward. To celebrate, I see many of you have found the Lehtiku drinks that you can find over there. It's a non-alcoholic Finnish drink made of black currant leaves, so please help yourselves to it. This event is also streamed, so welcome to everyone watching the stream online. As you saw in the changing slides, we would encourage everyone to share photos and videos of the event with the hashtag SRISSD2024. We have also published the theme for the 2025 Sustainability Science Days, Bursting the Sustainability Bubble. My name is Anu Partanen, and I will be moderating the event today. Soon we will hear acknowledgements by Dr. Erika Key, Director, Future Earth US Global Hub and SRI co-founder, Dr. Nicole Arbour, Executive Director, the Belmont Forum, and Dr. Vera Mitzner, Associate Director, Future Earth US Global Hub and SRI Director. But first we will start with music. I have the distinct pleasure of inviting to the stage Ida Elina. Ida Elina is a singer-songwriter and a Finnish zither or kantele artist. She's an internationally touring artist, and she has been chosen as the Internationalizer of the Year 2023, Evento Awards Performer of the Year, and the winner of the first international kantele competition. Ida Elina both creates her own music and plays well-known songs with her own twist. Welcome, Ida Elina.
Well now, ladies and gentlemen, privileged to be here today. I think I saw many of you on Monday, at least I hope so. Well, the songs are going to be a bit different. The first one goes like this.
Hingayama hingwidamambana, 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 hingayama hingwidamambana. Hingayama hingwidamambana, hingayama hingwidamambana, hingayama hingwidamambana, hingayama hingwidamambana. From the day we arrived on the planet and blinking step into the sun, there's more to see, more than ever be seen, more to do that could ever be done. There's far too much to take in here, more to find that can ever be found. The
Wow, that's going to be a hard act to follow. So, we're here for all of the thanks. I mean, there's so many thanks to give. We're going to thank a large number of people, but it's only a portion of the people that really need to be thanked, I think. So I am going to start, and I would ask for a bit of sympathy and patience because I got all the Finnish names. I practiced, I promise. And if I don't have the pronunciation exactly right, please feel free to come and tell me how to appropriately pronounce your name if I have mispronounced it. But first, before I do that, I would like to sincerely thank the Sustainability Science Days for partnering with the SRI to put together what has been a week of amazing and wonderful activities. It's been pretty cool. There's been some really wonderful messages that have been shared. So I hope that you all got some excellent memories that you will be able to take home with you. I would also like to thank Aalto and University of Helsinki leadership. You see, this is where all of the names are going to come. So, Rector Ilkka Niemelä, Rector Sari Lindblom, Vice-Rector Ann Portaankorva, Vice-Rector Janne Lene, Tom Berling, former Vice-Rector and SRI visionary, the local executive committee members, Riina Koivuranta, Jussi Impio, program committee leadership, Susanna Levevirta, SSD academic lead, Idil Gaziulusoi, SSD academic lead, Sirku Juhola, SRI SSD 2024 program committee co-chair, Lucas Enrico, SRI SSD 2024 program committee co-chair, and Tino Johansson, support for the program committee. Thank you all very, very much for getting us to where we are.
So it takes a village to organize SRI, SSD, so there'll be more names. Well, thank you very much for everyone who has been working on our operations and communications. Saga Weisman, Stefan Useche, Richard Blake, Kyoko Shiotemäkoli, Lali Mori, Laurel Milliken, Eero Ketola, Jasmin Järvinen, Kati Toivonen, Katja Rönkkö, Janika Sistonen, Henna Puustinen, Elina Tanninen, Aku Haapanen, Daniel Lindgren, Sofia Hagelani-Albov. And this is not even everybody, so we should have some slides behind us. There are more people that need to be acknowledged for the hard work that they have done. So thank you so much, everybody.
And also welcome us in thanking our sponsors, including the City of Helsinki, Sitra, the Finnish Research Council, the International Science Council, Puistokatu 4, and Academia Sinica. So if you can join me now in saying thanks in the 3 languages of the University of Helsinki, the first being thank you. Thank you. The next being tak. And if you take home only one Finnish word this week, it must be kiitos. Kiitos. So thank you again. Give me another round of applause for all of these. It's been an exceptional week with so many interesting engagements and interactions. I hope you feel inspired. I hope you have met someone that you're itching to write to the second you get off the plane home to keep working together. And you're already preparing your session proposals for SRI 2025. And we look forward to seeing you. But let's look back now on the week that was and remember some of the special moments of this exceptional SRI SSD 2024 in this video. Thank you.
Next, we will hear key messages from the SRI SSD2024 Africa Satellite event. This will be presented to us by Dr. Faten Attig Bahar, organizer of the Africa Satellite event. After Dr. Attig Bahar's presentation, we will give the stage to Dr. Lucas Enrico, professor at the National University of Cordoba, researcher at the National Scientific and Technological Research Council, Governing Council member at Future Earth, and co-chair of the SRI SSD 2024 Program Committee. But now, welcome to the stage, Dr. Faten Attig Bahar.
Thank you very much. It was amazing having this week with you, together with all activities, events that we had during the SRI. I'm Faten Attig Bahar, co-chair of the Africa Satellite event and also deputy director for the Future Earth Africa Hub Leadership Center. And I'm happy to take you today through some of the key messages that we got from our conference that we hosted 2 weeks ago, together also with some of the statistics and also some of the activities we hosted there. This year our event was a bit different from last year because we had a pre-event, and this pre-event served as a community meeting from the different entities of the Future Earth Africa Hub. So it was kind of a nice convening of our leadership center members, the steering committee, the regional partners, and the regional potential offices, together also with our leads of the science clusters. So we had that, and after that we had the 4 days of the activities of the SRI, where we had together the session, the plenaries, and the networking activities. So if you can see here on the overview, can I have just my first slide before moving? Okay, this one. So for the pre-event, we had this participation from our different entities within Future Earth Africa Hub. So as you see the numbers there, but also for the main event, we had quite good participation on-site and online. So a total number of people who registered to join us on site was around 411. 300 online participants, and also we got quite good contribution from different countries, covering the different regions of the continent, but also from outside of the continent. So here we have 30 countries, excluding South Africa, because we are hosting the event on South Africa. If you count South Africa, so then we're talking about 31. In terms of support, also our conference provided travel support for participants. So out of this number that I just mentioned, we contributed to sponsor 106, partially or fully, to join us for the whole conference, and also part of them joined us for the first day, like our mini or micro assembly meeting for the Africa Hub. Can I have my second slide, please? Oh, those are quite few pictures I want to take from our venue. So that was on the 20th, that was a full day. The next, please. And here were like the topics that we addressed during our meeting. So it was more about our direction for the next years, discussing also our activity, present them to the participant and to the attendees in order to build more collaborations and also strengthen our collaboration in the region. So we had discussion on the Leadership Center activity, theory of change that we are building now, introduction also to the regional offices and the regional nodes. So we had our regional partners joining us, and the cluster leads also engaged in a discussion to be closer to the community, and so to identify the next needs to ensure this science leadership in the continent together. And this was with many of the planned activities around that. And we ended, of course, with some networking event for that. The next, please. And here I'm taking you to the 4 days that we hosted for the SRI. So I'm also sharing with you some of the pictures so you can see how busy the venue was, and some people were standing outside. Even for me, I didn't have the chance to sit, I was always like running and taking pictures, and but it was amazing to see all these people, all this, interest coming up from all the different regions, and everyone is asking where and when is the next time. And for me, that was the best question that I heard in the room, for the whole week. So the next, please. So in terms of composition. So we had our event as a mixture of cross-cutting activities, plenary session, parallel session, and networking session. So from morning until the evening. So we hosted 5 big plenaries in main topics that interest our local context of Africa, together with 48 sessions during the week, 5 short presentations at the forum that was kind of networking forum. And in addition to this, we had our exhibition space where our partners came to present their product, their activity, and also exchange with the attendees and also with the partner there, and some networking activities. And we were also happy to welcome many of the activities from the Belmont Forum and the Belmont Forum Executive Director who joined us for the whole week there. So, yeah. And out of this very nice discussion that we got over a week, definitely we need to get some of way forward and key questions, and also what should we do for next edition, and how do we evaluate our progress for this edition, because for the Africa Satellite event, this was our second event after hosting the SRI in South Africa in 2022. So, and for us, we would like to use this as a regional platform, to connect our communities, mainly because we are now in the process of expanding our secretariat to have regional offices, that we are still working on that, and also having our regional partnership and our clusters who support the science in the continent. But also we need a lot of partnership, collaboration, and that was, main intention of hosting this SRI and continuing hosting it for the next year. In terms of key messages we got, because this event also covered many of the trainings and aspects that benefits the early career scientists. And for us, this is something very important, because in Africa, we work in order to build capacity for next generation. So for this edition of the SRI, we made sure that we are having training activities every day, and for all time slots. So we had like a reserved room only for ECRs. So it was also quite successful, and here also I would like to extend my thank you to all the partners who contributed to this, from the different national, regional, and international organizations who joined us to provide this kind of training for our ECRs. The next, please. And in our plenaries also, we wanted to have some African focus on the discussion, and also to take some of the topics that we need maybe to explore more in the next editions of the SRI, or even for us in the next meetings, and also in the next work. So one of them was climate justice, because this is a major topic that we are very much interested in Africa. The nexus and its relationship to the energy transition. I saw that in this conference there is a lot of focus on the energy transition, but for us it is also about security, about resources management, and about how to find this trade-off between both. The digital innovation for sustainable future, leadership in the global south, how can we build this leadership and foster plans for leadership, and the sustainability, science, and innovation. And this is a panel driven by UKZN, one of the host institution and organization for the SRI Africa Satellite event. The next, please. Also during the SRI, as I just mentioned, that we had active early career scientist community. So we got like champion programs, so our ECR were also in the rooms, collecting inputs from the different sessions, and those inputs also were combined on those bullet points in terms of what are the key messages coming also from the sessions in addition to the plenary that we hosted. So definitely there is a call, and we recognize this for the early career scientist community to support them for sustainability research and all trainings around that. Support of multi-stakeholder and cross-cutting, cross-sector, cross-region collaboration and partnership. Definitely we can never bridge these gaps without partnership and collaboration. So, and there we recognize that also we need to go further for that. Also the connection of the Future Earth global, and that's why we are having here a nice co-delegate of members who engage during the week to talk to each one, to discuss with each one. And I heard that some people even they are signing an MAU next week. it's very that one is very quick. So also support for the indigenous groups and knowledge system, and the global south. This is also one of the most important and major topic that you got in our discussion. I think with this I come to the end of my presentation. Thank you very much.
Okay. Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure for me to be here, being part of this meeting in particular. A long way from home to here. I was asked as one of the program committee members to give this talk on the summary about this week we have been going through. And well, it was such an honor for me to do this. We met yesterday to share impressions of the different persons of the program committee about the week and the different sessions we have been running out during the week. And we have some things, some thoughts that we want to share with you. First of all, and just a minor point about numbers, but that we felt that's very interesting for this meeting, was that it seems that we are changing from, typical congresses where we, the research community, present the results of our research, and that to go through a more applied, sorry, the pointer here? Okay, no problem. The red one. That shows how we are going more and more through activities that imply capacity building and questions related to how to go through the sustainability research and the implementation of the results for policymakers and for decision makers about how to go through a better world and a more sustainable world. So that was the first point that we want to highlight about this change probably in the paradigm of some congresses, having here a lot of activities to put hands on action. Then we made this word cloud, including the different activities that run during the week and the different sessions and roundtables. And we can find here the more important topics about for which the Congress was about. A lot of very important and positive words there, like sustainability and green development, change. We see there a group of words that are related to a need for change in our world, but also some of them that are related to values that we need to put on more relevance probably for the future. Also about what we need to do or how we need to do. And also, where do we wish to go to? How is the future we want? How is the future we imagine for the future of our world, our countries, and our communities? And then some thoughts about particularly the different sessions. We particularly value the prevalence of transdiscipline as a word, as a subject for research and as a tool of change. There were repeat mentions on this word during the sessions. As I mentioned, lots of activities on training for transdisciplinary scholars, and also ways to innovate in theory, moving from the more classical points of view or approaches through a more transdisciplinary approach, taking into account different variables, different elements of our world. And in relation to that, we talk a lot about different timeframes and worldviews and how they differ between different communities, different countries, and different people. How do we consider a good way of living or well-being? A very important point, and it's very relevant when we talk about the connection between science and policy or our lives every day, is the science-policy interface. And we saw to a lot of talks on these issues, and also in trying to learn about how to do this more efficient. Because we know that we already know a lot of things about the functioning of ecosystems or the effect of our activities on the environment and what that implies for the future. But the challenge is on how to do or to put this in practice, and how to make the policymakers and decision makers to have this into account. Also, a word that was very important and is particularly good and inspiring or positive thinking in the future is the concept of community. Not only at the local level, but also on thinking as a global community, and how everything that we make in our country or our cities can have an effect in other locations worldwide. And also related to that, on the challenges that implies on building community, the concept of community and a global community, and how it relates to the vision for a world with justice for everyone. There were also some technical discussions, like about the need for changing access to transdisciplinary publications, and how this kind of work are evaluated as well for funding agencies and institutions, and the importance to have this into account and to put more importance on that at the time of evaluations. There was also discussions about the decolonization of science and knowledge, and about the asymmetries between regions of our world. There were also workshops on how to communicate the findings of our research and how to do it in an effective way that had an impact to the people, particularly focusing on different generations and different strategies to talk and to get different generations on sustainability issues. Bringing back to essentials and to a good life as a way to think or to change our mind on what is well-being or what are our real needs for having a good life. Again, linking global to local and local to global as a way to be conscious that we have impacts not only at the local but also at the global level, that that everything what happens at the global level has impacts for every small community as well. And of course, one of the possibilities that a Congress like this one gives to us is to networking, create networks and to create bridges of communication between, colleagues from the world, but also among or between disciplines. That is still a necessary point to address. And finally, there's the hope, which is, I think, what motorizes our presence here and our research and our work and how we position in the world and how we relate to others. And of course, being part of this kind of congresses are always related to this work. So this was also present in the different sessions with the science as a driver of this hope for changing our world. And finally, and this is very personal, but is related to the Congress as well, which is very important for me. I came from Latin America, as you know. I probably, if I'm introduced to you, I will try to hug you or to kiss you, but even if you are married, so don't take it this bad. But this is related to the relevance that has for me to travel around and to share this kind of congresses with people from other parts of the world. Because it is not only important from the point of view of science, but also to be part of other communities, other societies, other cultures, and to try to understand, to better understand the logic and the ways of living of other parts of the world and other communities or societies that are connected with us in some way. So I want to thank you. I want to say kiitos to all of you, and it was a pleasure to be here.
Now it is time to pass on the SRI-SSD message. Welcome to the stage, University of Helsinki Vice-Rector Anne Portaankorva, as well as SRI-2025 host, University of Illinois System President Killeen and Professor Don Wobbles. Welcome.
I think if you go there, I stand with the rack. Yes. So, dear President Killeen, dear Professor Wobbles, dear audience, it's my great pleasure to show and introduce our unique symbol of our journey together this week. This is a piece of art that we have all collectively woven. By doing this traditional Finnish craft, we wanted to provide opportunity to collective participation and create a concrete symbol of our journey together. This rug weaving is a traditional Finnish handcraft skill passed from house to house, from oldest to the youngest in the family. It's also part of my own history, because my dearest grandmother taught me how to weave, as her grandmother taught to her when I was a little girl. Originally, rugs has been made from old fabrics and materials that have no longer in use. The basic idea behind rugs were reuse. Old textiles were carefully cut in the slices and woven together into something useful. Worn fabrics, old sheets and clothes that could no longer be used for anything else could be turned into something long-lasting and useful. Thus, in addition in their beauty and use value, this rug presents intergenerational knowledge as well as reusing the materials that we have. This creation is also more than a piece of art and Finnish tradition. It is a vivid representation of our planet's temperature change from 19th century to present day. As you see, the red and orange hues illustrates the warming of our planet, direct result of human activities. However, at the end of the rug, you see light green hue, which illustrates the future that we have power to shape. So working together for the good of the planet is strongly linked to the 4 themes of this year, SRI and Sustainable Science Days themes. Green Transition theme has shown us that interdisciplinary collaboration is not just beneficial, but essential. We have seen cooperation among governments, businesses, researchers, and individuals is key to developing sustainable solutions. No individual alone has the power to change the future use of our rug, but together we can foster a healthier planet for all. Our discussions on transforming technologies and the future work highlighted the changes we have to make in order to create social and ecologically sustainable working life for all. Living on front lines of change brought attention to unique challenges faced by Arctic and other vulnerable regions. Powering the world reminded us the need and challenge of phasing out fossil fuels. So the rug before us is a powerful symbol, both the challenges we face, but also hope we have. It stands as a statement to what we can achieve when we unite for a common goal. So as our Vice-Rector, our Rector Lindblom said in opening speech, in order to create solutions for many and not for the few, solutions need to be created by the many and not by the few. The future is determined by the actions of today. So I'm honored to hand this collaborative piece of art to President Killeen and Professor Webbles. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's a wonderful gift. So thoughtful. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. It's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can I touch it?
And maybe some pictures.
Picture.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Anu. Thank you so much. I'm thinking where it goes and how we demonstrate it to you next year in Chicago. Its value. I'm thinking of our Board of Trustees instantly about the messaging here. It's beautiful. Thank you so much. And good afternoon, everybody. It's wonderful for us to be here. And this is my first SRI, and it's been just a remarkable week. And I too would like to thank everybody, including the amazing leadership, Belmont, Future Earth, and so forth, and Sustainability Days, and of course the Belmont Forum for putting on such a magnificent week for us. Would you join me in a round of applause for our leadership? And I just have to note the amazing gender leadership we have here in this community, which is simply inspirational and remarkable, and so important for the future as we stand here with you all. So I would also thank directly Vice-Rector Portaankorva for your gracious remarks on the handing off to us. We will, at the University of Illinois system, we will take the baton, maybe the rug, and carry it forward and build upon the momentum of this important conference. Next year's SRI will be in the United States for the first time, and we hope to see many of you in Chicago. In fact, we require you to be in Chicago. As university president, I'm often wheelbarrowed into settings like this to thank people for being here. But in this instance, I've spent my professional career as a climatologist, geoscientist, IPCC, supercomputing, and so forth. I testified to Congress on climate things. So this is very emotional for me, too, to see the progress, the inspirational setting, and just the vitality of this international community, diverse community. So thank you all individually for everything you bring to the table, because the world now needs to get to the green. We desperately need the critical solutions to the climate and sustainability challenges that you are all dedicated to providing, and we need it urgently. It's on our watch. So finding those solutions and putting them to use around the world, and yes, sharing them openly and generously is absolutely vital to all of us and to our children and grandchildren and generations to come. And as a new grandparent, I feel it even more keenly these days. Chicago and Illinois provide the perfect backdrop, we feel, for next year's Congress. Leveraging the intellectual capital and cutting-edge research at our universities, but also our partnerships across the state and around the world, and our drive for public good puts us in alignment with the SRI Congress goals and mission. And we're absolutely ecstatic to bring you to Sweet Home Chicago. Sweet Home Chicago. You might hear Chicagoans use that expression a lot. It's taken from the blues, which was invented in Chicago by Robert Johnson of almost a century ago. I'm not sure about zither music, but maybe we can combine the blues and zither music in some creative ways. And Sweet Home Chicago is an aspirational anthem about a sort of promised land that awaited many from many places around the world in a magical city built on Lake Michigan's shores. It was a special place then, and it is now. It was built, Chicago, in the center of the American heartland, growing from a trading post on the frontier into the country's major transportation hub, a digital hub with more bandwidth than anywhere else as well, a financial seat surrounded by an amazingly fertile region, both capable of feeding a nation and a home to a fifth of the world's surface fresh water in the Great Lakes. Chicago has cultivated a magnificent blend of commerce, research, innovation, and culture. And yes, it has a Midwest modesty that I think is very appropriate for the kinds of challenges that we face together. It's been a global city, a destination from immigrants around the world, and a gateway for Americans too, all seeking the possibility of prosperity and the promise of opportunity, despite moving the indigenous natives out a century more ago. You don't have to wander far in Chicago to hear Spanish, Polish, Cantonese, Mandarin, Arabic, Urdu, Russian, Italian. In fact, 140 languages are spoken in Chicago. It's home to 2.7 million people, and it's the commercial and cultural capital of the American Midwest, a digitally connected hub of innovation, entrepreneurship, and, yes, food. And the state has 12.8 million residents and is home to one of the nation's largest, most productive, and humble, diverse economies. And all of this and so much more, we feel, makes Chicago the perfect host for SRI 2025, and we are deeply honored to co-host the event. I'm excited to show you all Chicago and our great state. I hope the weather's good. It should be good in June. And I'm confident that you will find it as energizing, as enjoyable as Helsinki has been this week. What a remarkable city and a beautiful city you have here. So we look forward to a week of connections and productive conversations that will build toward the solutions that we've been talking about here. Just a personal summary from my attendance here at the workshop. A good life without transgressing safe and just boundaries is a really important distillation of what we need to do for our younger generation coming forward. We need to build, it's clear, a tripod of public, private, and governmental actors that work together to reach solutions that are meaningful for the future. And yes, we need hope, and the hope is incredibly important. Young people now are somewhat dismayed because they don't see the progress that we need to demonstrate. And so I'm proud of our university system and our partner universities. We have students from 144 countries at our university. We just graduated 22,000 students. A lot of handshaking. I can say my hand is still, active. And many of our graduates, mostly young, go on and will go on to address significant issues throughout the world. So we need to create the youthful vigor and vitality that can go and be confident in working together in transdisciplinary ways to take on the future. And the younger generations are rather impatient with our progress right now, a little hesitant about the world that we're leaving for them. They've been through COVID, isolations, so they need, and we hope we can help provide, a pulse of optimism and hope and inspiration for the young people. So there's a can-do spirit, which means we not just need to look at potential solutions over the horizon, but we need to grasp them, share comparisons of those kind of solutions, because our children, our grandchildren, generations to come are the hope for the future, and we need to lay the groundwork for a better future for all. So my U of I system colleague, Professor Don Woobles, who was President Obama's climate advisor in the White House, will join us now to tell you more about the U of I system and a little bit more about our long history and what we can bring to the table. But I believe there's a little Chicago video that we can play first to get you a sense of maybe the blues and the music and the kind of vitality and the diverse nature of our city. Thank you. And we want you all to feel, and we mean it, that this is your home away from home. Southern Hemisphere, Northern Hemisphere, Nordic countries, everywhere. So I pass the baton to you, the rug to you.
Well, thank you, President Colleen. I'm Don Wubbles. I'm a professor of atmospheric sciences at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. I've been a leader in a number of international and national scientific assessments of climate change, the ozone layer, and other major environmental issues that we are facing as humans. I'm also a big fan of the city of Chicago, which will indeed be the perfect location for the next Congress. As you may attest if you have visited that wonderful city. And as President Colleen noted, the University of Illinois system is excited and extremely motivated to serve as the host for SRI 2025. The University of Illinois system has a strong history of addressing challenges by working with other major universities and national laboratories. In the Chicago area, we've coordinated efforts with Northwestern University, the University of Chicago, Loyola University, and DePaul University, as well as major regional research organizations like Argonne National Laboratory. And the system has close ties with similar major research universities and laboratories throughout the United States and throughout the world. And that includes our host here in Helsinki. We also expect to have participation from local government officials, other policymakers, both national and international, and a number of non-government organizations and companies, all of which will provide an important perspective as we work towards holistic solutions. When brought together, all of this expertise can analyze major issues like climate change with the goal of arriving at insights and solutions. You're going to hear that word a lot, solutions, that further the cause of sustainability in urban areas as well as rural areas. We must recognize that humanity is at an inflection point. Our changing climate is one of the most important issues humans have ever faced. Basically, the Earth has a fever, which not only means higher temperatures, but also more intense weather events, higher sea levels, and increasing strains on humans and other life. These stresses are further amplified by growing human population, associated food and water needs throughout the globe, and other issues like biodiversity and land use change. At the same time, communities throughout the world are being further stressed by increasing concerns about diversity, social inequities, fairness, and inclusion. Our challenge is to alleviate these stresses while also adapting to the changes that cannot be avoided. In other words, sustainability efforts allow us to manage the symptoms while simultaneously working to address the core disease. Sustainability requires not only extensive research and innovation, but also the determination of action-oriented partners to translate knowledge into solutions. We must act with both urgency and intentionality. We are stronger when we work together, and that's the point of SRI 2025. The universities, laboratories, companies, government, non-government organizations will all bring leadership and solutions through the application of transdisciplinary knowledge, research, and innovation. Just as we experienced here in Helsinki, all of the participants at SRI 2025 will learn from and share with each other. We learn how others are applying research and innovation, understanding, mitigating, and adapting to these major stresses. SRI 2025 will be aimed at learning, sharing, showcasing sustainability and environmental issues throughout our planet and human society. The Congress program will move beyond simply discussing the issues we face. We will focus on interactive engagement and co-develop problem solving with involved stakeholders and decision makers. The overarching headline for SRI 2025 is that it will be a pathway to solutions and their implementation. We will take several steps along that pathway. We will highlight the sustainable research and innovations being developed and applied throughout the world. We will learn from others, how others are using knowledge to mitigate and adapt to the major environmental stresses facing us and our planet. We will forge new collaborations, expand networks, and connect with new markets. The SR 2025 Congress will be here before we know it. The University of Illinois system appreciates all the efforts that brought us to where we are today, and we look forward to building upon those efforts next year in Chicago. We are feeling the effects of climate change now, but frankly, many of us will be less impacted than our children and grandchildren will be. As President Colleen mentioned, the youth are our future. We're both working on their behalf and hopefully creating a framework to help them carry on this important work. As part of that It is now my pleasure to conclude by introducing 3 young researchers, Dylan, Gabrielle, and Theodore, who also have a message for all of us.
I want to have a good life, but I don't want to mess up others. Let's take care of the planet. So we can have a better future.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Congratulations. Now shake your hand like that, okay? Like that. Like that. Very good job. Excellent work. Okay, great. Okay, we'll see you. I'll hold this one for you, huh?
That was great, guys. Thank you.
Thank you again to the children. What a wonderful way to end the conference, because here we are, about to end the whole conference. It's time to say goodbye for this year and start planning next year. To close this event today, I will invite back to the stage Ida Elina to play some music, and you're welcome to mingle. But on behalf of the conference organizers, I would like to wish everyone safe travels back home, and hopefully many of you or us will see each other in Chicago next year. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.
So, dear ladies and gentlemen, the week here in Finland has come to an end. Like our Minister Mykkänen said on Monday, I too hope that you have solved all the world's problems this week. So we have been counting on you, really. I have 3 songs for you. I really hope you are going to stay and listen to the 3 songs. They are all about nature, future, and happiness. Midsummer is going to be next week, and we're celebrating that. This first song celebrates nature, the nightless night, and the atmosphere during the very light summer evening. The lyrics are from our national poet, Eino Leino. This is probably most famous poem in Finland.
Ruislinnun laulu korvissani. Tähkäpäiden päällä täysi kuu. Kesäyön on onni omanani. Kaskisavun laaksot verhoo. En mä iloitse, en sure huokaa, mutta metsän tummuus mulle tuokaa. Puunto pilveli, johon päivä hukkuu. Siinto vaaran tuulisen min nukkuu. Tuoksut vanamon ja varjot veen. Niistä sydämeni laulun teen. En mä enää aja virvatulta. Onpa kädessäni onnen kulta. Pienentyy mun ympär elon piiri. Aika seisoo, nukkuu tuuliviiri. Edessäni hämäräinen tie. Tuntemattomahan tupaan vie.
This song is a song that I wrote for my baby daughter when she was born 6 years ago. And I said that I wish the world would stand still because everything is perfect right now. And I had only heard about that kind of love, but now when I have your hand in mine, now I know. This is the song about the future. The children are the future. Our daughter's name, her name is Elle, or Elle, like the fashion magazine. And my husband's suggestion was that her second name should be then Vogue. She ended up being something different.
We stayed up late last night, but I don't mind because I love the sunrise. And when she smiles, her eyes like mine. These summer days, oh how swiftly they fly by. I don't wanna close my eyes, 'cause I found the perfect rhyme. For a moment, the whole world and all its thrill is standing still. For a moment, the world is mine, and I'll always remember this time before the sunrise. I'd only heard of love so fierce and strong, burning in your soul. Your hand in mine, and now I know. I doubt that my poor heart will never be the same, but wouldn't change a day. If only we could stay this way. For a moment, the whole world and all its thrill is standing still. For a moment, the world is mine, and I'll always remember this time before the sunrise. Before the sunrise.
So, in case you are listening very carefully, you might hear that actually there is still something going on, so music is still playing. But magic. No hands. I got 2 looper pedals on the floor, and I did some loopings. And looping means that you play something to the machine, and then it repeats what you played. So I played 2 things. This was number 1, and number 2 was, and together they sound like this. Now I'm also gonna loop my vocals, and if everything goes well, it will sound nice. And if it doesn't, you will hear. Before the sunrise, before the sunrise. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to help me in this song. Okay. Thank you. You know, I got a feeling that we're gonna end very nicely today. My brother there at the back row, he was dancing along, thank you. You're welcome to join me if you really like it. You know, we are now facing the last song, but also we are here in the happiest country in the world. And we Finns are like, no idea why. But I wish that you have had a great week in Finland. You know, we really love to see you here, and we really love to have you here, and we love that you have been here throughout the week. And I hope that you have had time to enjoy Finland, enjoy Helsinki. And this last song, you could say it is the anthem of Finland. It goes like this. It might seem crazy, but I'm about to say, the sunshine, she's here, so you can take a breath. Hot air balloon that could go to space, yeah. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way, yeah. Because I'm ready. Yay! Because I'm not alone. If you feel a room without a roof, because I'm not alone. If you feel like happiness is the truth, because I'm not alone. If you know that happiness is the truth, because I'm not alone. If you feel like that's what you wanna do. All right, I'm gonna need some serious help right now. So would you give me a 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3, yeah! Okay, 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3. Here come bad news, talking this and that. 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3. Well, give me all you've got, don't hold it back. And 2 and 1, 2, 3. I should probably warn
on the ivy justifying. And 2, and 1, 2, 3. And no offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why, because I'm not alone. If you feel breaking through without a proof, because I'm not alone. If you feel like happiness is the truth, because I'm not alone. If you know that happiness is the truth, because I'm not alone. If you feel like that's what you wanna do. Bring me down, I can't nothing. Bring me down, my level's too high. Bring me down, I can't nothing. Bring me down, let me tell you now. Bring me down, I can't nothing. Bring me down, my level's too high. Bring me down, I can't nothing. Bring me down. All right, I'm just gonna say this once. If you feel like dancing on tables, now's the moment. Okay. And if you feel like you're happy today, then put your hands together. Hey, yeah, 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 because I'm not alone. If you feel like a room without a roof, because I'm not alone. If you feel like happiness is the truth, because I'm not alone. If you know what happiness is the truth, because I'm not alone. If you feel like that's what you wanna do, yeah, because I'm not alone. If you feel like a room without a roof, because I'm not alone. If you feel like happiness is the truth, because I'm not alone. If you know that happiness is the truth, because I'm not alone. If you feel that's what you wanna do, come on. So what do you say? One more? Okay. I promise you have never heard this song before, because it's written by me. But it says, blondes, redheads, and brunettes, clap your hands, because it ain't over. Okay, are you great at learning songs? Someone shake their head. Oh, no, don't look at me. The lyrics, if you caught the lyrics, would you sing with me? What do you say? Okay, it goes like this. That's it, perfect. Well done. Okay. Give me some. Let me hear you. Well, I'm not a gambler, but if I was, I'd put my money on me. And now life might be salty and it might be tough, but I'm a carefree. And girls, at the end of the day, are just still the one who never fails. And you say,
much still. Now, baby, better get your hopes back up and hands in the air. Hands in the air. We've been blessed beyond only, but get the nose to despair. And girls, united we stand. We gotta make this our new run. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. So clap your hands, clap your hands. Lungs, spread us and goodness. Clap your hands, 'cause we know it ain't over yet. Clap your hands, lungs, spread us and goodness. Yeah. Clap your hands, 'cause we know it ain't over yet. Perfect. Well done. The lyrics then further go like this. Clap your hands, clap your hands. If I sing it first, could you sing after me? Clap your hands, you said. Clap your hands, you said. Clap your hands, you said. Clap your hands, you go. My, that's really nice. I had, how many Finns are here? Would you raise your hands? Okay, and everybody's non-Finns. I was thinking about a singing competition with Finns and everybody else, but I think we're gonna lose. Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, what a privilege it has been here today and on Monday. And I really hope you have had a great, phenomenal week and you simply are going to solve all of our problems. And I hope you safe travels. I hope you enjoy Helsinki if you can, and hope you will. You know, I have traveled across the world to perform quite many times, and I've seen different kind of audiences. And you know, I have to say that you here this afternoon, you have made a phenomenal audience today. So thank you so much. All right, help me sing 1 and 2 and 1, and you say clap your.